Hey, you guys. Facebook has, I just gonna go ahead and get this off my chest. At the very beginning, Facebook has the stupidest filters out of every social media platform that I am on. Facebook has like the worst filters. When it's time to go live, I'm just going through these filters and I'm like, it's just the whole swipe left the whole time. It's awful. And yes, I need filters. I mean, I think like once you get past, a certain age, you need a little filter on there. Well, I do. I'm not going to speak for some of you ladies that probably have a beautiful skin and don't need a filter at all, but your girl needs a filter, okay? So Facebook needs to do better, or we just need to like figure out how to create some filters. And I don't know, maybe that needs to be my next project, is to create some filters, like some of these that they have that for the weddings that have like the initials and stuff on them. Those would be perfect. But I don't want to do a live with John and Lisa's wedding theme on my frame. Anyway, how are you guys doing? It's Sunday. Tomorrow is the beginning of a new week, and it's going to be amazing, right? So that's what we're going to talk about, is putting that out in the universe. Go ahead and speaking how your day is going to be, how your week is going to be, and going ahead and just claiming it and putting it in the universe, accepting it, saying that's just the way it's going to be. That's the way it is. Putting that energy out there, that positive energy. Make deposits so that you can make deposits so you can take withdrawals. That's what I was trying to say. Basically meaning that when you wake up in the morning and you're just like, ugh, it's Monday. And there's so many people like that. I personally love Mondays, but it wasn't always that way, okay? I used to hate Mondays like everyone else, but why? Why did I hate Mondays? Because society had pretty much conditioned me to believe that it was the end of the weekend. It was back to real life. It was back to the workforce. It was back to clocking in at a job that you hated. It was back to working for a really cruddy hourly wage. It was back to doing all the things that nobody wanted to do. Okay? Well, see, life isn't like that today. Now, have I had a couple of crummy jobs? Yeah. 16 years old, working at Sonic. That was awful. Hated that. I've been a server. I've worked at restaurants. Was not a fan. So yeah, doing all those things that nobody wants to do, it just kind of like trickles down from the people that you're around. Maybe all of them hated Mondays, and you just got, and then the memes, all the, it's Monday, like all that type of stuff. I think that a lot of people that hate Mondays are definitely conditioned to hate Mondays, because that's what everyone around them has told them that we're supposed to do. Everyone, the world tells us that everyone else hates Mondays, and so should we. So I guess it was about 6 years ago that it was about 6 years ago that I actually started doing online work and wanting to work for myself. So I just remember every Monday being like super excited that I was the one that got to plan my week out. I was the one that got to schedule my everything. My meetings, my videos, my if I had to do a Zoom, I could choose to be live or watch the replay. All of the things that gave me control over my own life, my own schedule. I was grateful for that. I was happy for that. And I knew that based off what I did on a Monday morning, set the tone for the rest of the week. So I began to love Mondays, and I still do. So I honestly, I look forward to Sunday night when I'm doing my prep work for Mondays. I look forward to starting my week off on Monday morning. I know what I have to do to have a good week, and it always starts on a Monday. So I love them. I hope that you guys do too. I actually even started a group like back in the day. I'm not a group, in Instagram. I didn't grow it though, but it's called Monday Rockstars, because when you start something, a page or an Instagram or whatever, always keep in mind that, and Monday Rockstars is a poor example of this, okay, because it didn't grow, but that's because I got an itch in my ear. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I just had this like random itch. I had to take a Benadryl a few minutes ago though, because like my nose was itching and like starting to run a little bit. Probably just like some weird fall allergies or something. I don't know, because I typically don't even get allergies. Okay, so where was I at? Basically, when you decide that you want to start a group or a page or whatever it is, a chat, anything, start a movement. That's the type of stuff that people want to be a part of, because it's not something that's just for you or your interest. It's something that can be a shift to take people from one perspective to another, or an educational platform, or just anything like that, but it's a shift, it's a transformation, and it's a movement. It's something that people want to be a part of. There's multiple examples right now, like with everything that's going on in the world and the media and politics and things like that. People are joining and starting movements because that's what attracts people. So when I first started Monday Rockstars, that was because I wanted to shift the narrative from all of these people that hated Mondays and dreaded Mondays. I wanted to post content that was very positive about Mondays, and I wanted to post content that was influential to get people to see if you start your week off right, you can have this amazing week, and then Friday, it's just all worth it because of what you did on Monday. And if I would have continued building that, who knows where it would be now. But life happens, and I probably should get back to that because it was a great idea, I thought. So anyway, basically, I wanted to talk to you guys about the power of your words, the power of your speech, the energy that you're putting out into this world. Okay, it's so important. It's so important. And there are people that I see that are absolutely crushing it. There are people that are doing very well, making thousands of dollars a week or hundreds of dollars a day. I mean, it just depends. Some people making, 100, 200 a day, and they're totally happy with that. Not everybody joined this space to be rich overnight. Some people just wanted extra grocery money. Some people just wanted to stop living paycheck to paycheck and have make ends meet. Some people just wanted to have money to get their hair and their nails done, without having to dig into money that's for their bills. I mean, we all came in this space for different reasons. So some of us had really big income goals. Some of us had very tiny income goals and have surpassed them, a great deal. So money isn't what's driving everyone that's in this space. We all have our different reasons for being here. Some people are just super passionate about marketing, and maybe they have a bachelor's in marketing, but they hated working their 9 to 5. So they were like, ooh, let me take my knowledge and then go create my own program and my own course and Sorry. Okay, so and create my own stuff and teach people and just get to live life on life's terms. So anyway, we're all here for different reasons. And whatever your reason is, it might not be the same reason might not be what keeps you here. There's like a lot of people that came in with a completely different idea of what they thought this was, a completely different perspective on what they thought it was, and then they came in and they hated it and they were like, oh my God, I'm never going to do this again. Somebody told me I needed a laptop and a cell phone and a few hours a day, and then I was going to make all this money, and it didn't happen, and this sucks. And they don't stay. And then there's people that came in and thought it's something totally different, and then they came in and realized how much they love this, how much they love connecting with people, how much they love serving people. And I'm telling you, that's, you gotta love it. You gotta love it to do it. And that is what will grow your business. Like, if you're one of those people saying that, I'm doing all the things, I'm doing what people are telling me to do, but it's crickets. I'm not making sales. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about that before I get into Black Friday. Let's kind of rewind for a second and go back to mindset. So if you're not making sales and you're really struggling and you think that you're doing all of the things, let me ask you this. At the end of each week, are you reviewing your week? Are you going back and looking at your content and looking at the analytics and seeing what went well, what flopped, and trying to analyze why? Are you auditing your social media? Are you looking and seeing what needs to change, what you might not should post, what you might maybe, little tweaks? Sometimes one little tweak can change the game. So we just have to figure out what it is that we have to tweak. But look at your analytics. So at the end of each week, are you doing that? And at the beginning of each week, this is a business, you guys. Like, this isn't, a post and pray and make content as it pops in your head randomly and talk about whatever you want to talk about and just try to push sales. Like, this, it is not that kind of party. Okay. So there are very few people that I'm aware of personally that have had any level of success doing that. And it's honestly, and they will tell you this themselves, only because they already had like a massive, following prior to even starting this. And they had a post or two go viral. And then because of that, they already had done the work. You just didn't see it. But they had already done the work prior to starting this to build that following and to build those people that were loyal, that would buy things, like whatever they put out there, people are buying it. It might look like they just started something and now, they made a 10, 20K their first month. But baby, I promise you, they put in the work years before they ever got to buying this particular or whatever it is in this space that they started selling. It did not happen overnight like that for them. Okay. But okay, so are you reviewing your week at the end of each week and really looking at your analytics and paying attention to that? Are you keeping up with what it is that your audience, the people that have access to you, that are viewing your content, are you paying attention to what it is that they want and what it is that they are needing you to speak about? When I ask these questions to people, when I do a one-on-one, these 3 questions, I almost always get 3 no's back to back to back. And these are people that are telling me I'm doing everything. I'm doing all the things. And when people say that to me, I'm just like, okay, that, like, I mean, obviously I don't say this like on the fly, like, no, you're not. But like, that's my first thought in my head is they can't be. Because if you were doing all the things, you wouldn't be struggling. You know, it wouldn't be so hard for you. So instead, I just say, okay, let's ask questions and see what they're not doing and what they need to implement. And those are always generally the first three questions that I'll ask. Reviewing your week, planning your week. That is so, so, so important. And then the market research. So, so, so important. So basically, planning your week. You need, like, with your market research and what flopped and what worked the last week, you can use that, you know, as a guide to move forward. Okay. And when I plan my week, basically what I do is all of that, but I'm also looking into what offers that I'm creating, what am I working on, and figuring out a way. Now, sometimes I will make a random purchase that was not in my plan at all, like the Creative Collective. I had no intentions of selling that, like, at all. I got that for me because there was something in there that I wanted. And I was just like, and then when I got in there, I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. And I liked it so, 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 so much. And I've spent days in it. I haven't even been in my other things because I've been in this for days and I've been working on other things and I've been using it to help me with other things. And I love it so much. And when I see value, like so much value, and something that's literally $15, and I know here we are in October, November, December, money is tight. People are not budgeting for digital products. People are planning for holidays, for travel, for Christmas gifts and things like that. And that's something you have to keep in mind with your sales too, you guys. Like, you have to I'm not saying give your stuff away, but you do have to keep that in mind, especially if you're prepping for Black Friday, and we're going to get into that. But you want to keep things affordable. People like, especially this time of year, they like to feel like they are getting their money, more than their money's worth. They really want to see the value in something that you sell. And sometimes, you know, this time of year, you being awesome and you being great and you being this, you know, person that they love and love to follow and connect with on social media isn't quite enough because money is tight. So, you know, sometimes all of those things, you know, won't matter again until January. So this is the time of year. Q4 is the best. If this is your first Q4 as an entrepreneur, let me tell you that Q4 is always the best time of year, especially if you have been in a space for a while and you've learned how to, you know, make those consistent sales through your marketing and connections and relationships. Q4 will always be amazing for you. Actually, there are some people that I know in this space that start planning for Q4 literally in January. I mean, they start building out their campaigns. They start putting their products together, their bundles together. They have things that are only available for that 5-day span for Black Friday. They do Thursday night is when everything starts. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Cyber Monday. Those 5 days, I know some people that have bought in $100,000 just in those 5 days. And some people, I know people that make most of the money that they make in their business annually during those 5 days. So, but you absolutely cannot just say, yeah, I'm going to do some Black Friday sales and then post about it on Black Friday. Nobody, especially if you're brand new, because one, nobody knows who you are. If you haven't been putting stuff out and engaging and building relationships, and I mean, even if you started now, like, I mean, ideally, I would say start, you know, like in a business like what I do, where you're not massive, you're just a small business and you have some cool products and a couple of services, at least 12 weeks out. So, I'm just a little bit late getting started this year, but 6 to 8 weeks is okay too. So basically, get my guide because it's free and it's just a Black Friday prep, and I've gotten some really good reviews on it. I'm so excited about that. I didn't really know what people were going to say. I didn't know what to expect, but people like it. They're saying it's helping them, so I'm super excited about that. I created this because we have so many new people in this space that have never been through a Black Friday before. This is their first Q4. They don't really know what to expect. And so I wanted to give you guys a guide that tells you, it's just pretty much an outline that tells you the things that you need to be doing so that by the time Black Friday gets here, all of your offers are lined up. You know exactly what you're going to be sharing with your people for each day. You know what emails to send. You know what bundles you're going to have. Oh, and you know what things that you're going to put together just for this holiday that you're not going to offer again. I mean, because if you say it, you got to do it. So if you say, oh, I created this bundle, and maybe it's going to be the best, the most discounted, most valuable, best bundle you're going to offer for Black Friday, make sure that when you tell them it's only available, because if you're going to use the sense of urgency to market this, if it's only going to be available on that Friday, after those 24 hours are up, you got to wrap it up and put it away. Could you, if it did really well and people loved it and you got a lot of reviews, could you bring it back out and, change it up and retitle it and swap it, and basically to where the product is teaching the same thing, but it's not the same exact product? Yes, you could totally do that. But I mean, you definitely need to change some things about it and not just bring it out and charge more for it to people that didn't get it on Black Friday. Don't do that. Okay, so I got way off on Black Friday, and I wasn't even trying to go there yet. Okay, so basically, starting your week and being successful because you're not making sales, doing all the things. That's what I was talking about. All right, so doing all the things, to me, I'm sorry, you guys, I get so thirsty. This is happy juice. I love this stuff so much. Okay, so doing all the things to me means that you're actually showing up in your business and doing the things that make connections, that build relationships, and that grow that know, like, and trust factor with your audience. Because I promise you, while you're worried about something being tweaked in your store, or a post that you need to make, or you're worried about getting that third post out for the day, that is, I promise from experience, that will not do a fraction in your business as what actually engaging and serving people will do. If you are brand spanking new, I would say I would spend the majority of the time that I have, especially if you are pressed for time, spend the majority of the time that I have having no expectations, and just as far as the outcome of having a conversation with someone, and just make yourself available to have conversations with people and help them and not care about what comes out of it. If you really, really, really want to build trust, and you really want to build a good relationship, and you really want to be known for, just being a positive light in this space and doing the right thing, then you're going to want to help people. And, I'm not saying, go in your store and send them all your free products. Don't do that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying be available to answer questions. Be genuine. Be available to share your story with people. Inspire people. Give them hope. I don't mean a screenshot of your bank account. I mean, like your transformation, your personal journey, why you started, what kept you here, why do you love this so much. Like if you've had a really difficult time and you didn't even want to show up for a few days, share that and share why you showed up anyway, or why you didn't. Even if, maybe you did take a few days off because of mental health, whatever. We all have to have those days sometimes, and that's okay. And don't feel like you have to be perfect all the time, because nobody in this earth is. No one expects you to be either. And it's the more human that you are, the more relatable that you are, the more approachable you are, and people will be like, wow, she really gets it. She's crushing it, but she's just like me too. Like, she gets it. When you create a judge-free zone for people, a safe place for people in your presence to be able to come to you and talk about their business struggles and really be honest with what's going on, that's how you can help them best. If they're really telling you what's going on with them and why they don't feel like they're being successful or whatever, that gives you the insight that you need to really be able to give them a solution. And when you give them a solution and you give them that experience of working with you, and you are consistently helpful to people like that, your business, you will create a strong presence in this space, and your business will take off. You just have to be doing the things for the right reasons. And something I wanted to talk about, I made a note with a couple of examples, because you guys, like I was saying in the very beginning, everything that you put out in this space, like in your life in general, everything that we speak has power. I always speak healing over my son. Always. I always talk about when he's not going to have these struggles, when he's going to be doing amazing, and it won't have any anxiety, and because I know it's coming. I believe it. I believe it 1000% that he is going to recover from everything that is going on with him, and he will. I know this, but I continue to put that out in the universe. And there were times that a doctor has told me something, or a therapist has told me something about my child that I didn't even tell his father, because you have to be careful who you talk to, because you don't want people speaking negativity over anything in your life. And if you know that there's a person that you would tell something to that might say something negative, you don't want that. I talk to people in my life that speak life, that speak love, that speak positivity, that speak good things, about me and about my business, and, just about the life that I'm trying to create. And you need to do that with your business too. You don't need to be putting things on social media like, well, I know y'all probably are tired of hearing this, but, or, I don't know who this is for. Nobody's going to read it anyway, but, or I'm just going to keep posting until somebody listens to me. Don't post things like that on your social media, because you're literally speaking negativity over your business, whether you realize it or not. And those types of posts, I think people post that because they want a different reaction from people. They want people to say, oh, no, you should keep going, da 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 da, whatever. But people in general, overall, usually, you can feel that negativity off that post. And like me, I typically, it does depend on who it is. If it is someone that I know personally, and I know that like they're, maybe just really having a moment, yeah, I will say something to help and to encourage. But I try not to, if it's somebody that I don't know at all, I try not to even engage with those posts, because I don't even want to connect myself to that type of negativity. But I wanted to open this up and tell you, because I had made a list about, like, gosh, I keep getting that itch on my ear. It's so weird. All right, I made that list of reasons why, possible reasons why you might not be making sales. And that was one of them, is just making those types of posts that are super negative. And they seem like, some of the ones that I see, I need to find that list that I made, because I had been writing these down. These are actually real posts that I had seen over the last 6 months, and I had written them down because I was going to do like a full YouTube video on them, and I just have not done that yet. But where did it go? Okay. It's just a few. It's not a ton. But this is like, to me, these are like self-fulfilling, negative, ego-driven type of post. And these were the posts, even if your intentions are good and you're using it as like a attempt on marketing to get likes, views, engagement, whatever, just don't. Okay. No, this was one that I saw the other day. Nobody's buying right now, so I'm just going to keep posting until somebody does. Like, okay, so what I got out of that is, okay, what they're trying to imply is that sales are slow. And I get that, because for a lot of people, from June, July, August, in some people, even in September, stuff was slow for them. And then things start picking back up in October. But I mean, this was like, just the other day I saw this post. And basically, to me, that creates a perception that their product isn't valuable and that it's not in demand. So if you're selling something that you really believe in, that has helped you, and it's going to help other people, you don't want to post about it like that, because people are going to get the message that, well, that product must not be, or people aren't seeing the value. Why would somebody buy something from you that you are speaking negatively about? That's the thing. And, and I'm just going to pause right there for a second before I go to the next one and talk about, because this is so important, and to me, and it should be to everyone, whatever it is that you sell, whatever program you offer, even if it's something that, you've created, whatever it is, you need to love it. You need to love it. You need to be so crazy about this product or this program, because you've just, how much value is inside, how much, real education, and how much helpful information and real strategies that are in there that have helped you, that you've been able to implement, or that 100% full well, even because maybe not just because of, the comments inside the community or something like that, but because you've seen it. You're in the digital space with them. You're seeing this person apply what's in that program and change, and that this is going to help people. Like, you need to love it so much that when you talk about it, people can just feel that. And they don't have, you're not having to convince them. You're not having to, tell somebody how great it is, and then because they will still sense that disconnect. If you don't love what you have, even if you are faking it online, I promise you it will show up in your content. It will show up in even your written content. People will be able to tell, like, gosh, she's disconnected to that some type of way. She's not into it. And maybe, I can't see comments, you guys. I don't know if anybody's even left a comment. I see people coming in, but I just can't see comments. I'm going to pull them up real quick. But, please, if you have a product right now that you do not love, take it out of your store. Stop promoting it. Get rid of it. Toss it. If you're learning something from it and there's things that you like about it and you want, great, do that. But don't offer it to anyone unless you absolutely love it. Because when you really are connected with your program and you are aligned, I mean, if it has the community of the type of people that you like, if it has the, the vibe, if it's positive, if it like things, my standards on communities and products and things like that, I have to just really, 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 really love it to be able to tell someone with full confidence that you're going to love this. This is going to help you. And this is why. And this is how. And I love to be able to offer people things that I know if they get it, they're not going to get mad at me. They're not going to want to call Stripe and get a refund. They're not going to want to go in these chats and talk horrible about me and say, I can't believe she sold me this. Like, look at this trash. Like, why would she sell? I get stuff like that from time to time. I mean, I'll have somebody tell me all this great stuff about something, and then I'll open it up and it's just unbelievable. And I'm just like, see, I could never do that. I could never do that. If it's something that I'm going to sell, it has to be something that when I bought it and I saw it, I was immediately just like, wow. And then it has to be something that, like, once I've gone through and I've used some of the things that were in there, like there's been things that have actually been effective, that I've learned something. Maybe I've learned something new that wasn't, so much of this is just regurgitated information over and over and over again. But you do get people that teach differently. You get people that know how to teach to different learning styles and things like that. And so even if it is, let's just say it's a course on faceless Instagram posting or something, there might be two courses that are very, very similar, but one person might have a teaching style or the way that they choose to present it to me, or the jargon that they use that I respond to it better. And if so, that's what I'll go tell people. If they're like, well, what makes that one different than this one? Well, because she explained it like I was in third grade. She explained it like, in a very easy to understand way. She had slides, she had this, she had that. I mean, there are differences, even though the message may be the same. There are differences, and you need to find like what's different and tell people about that, and tell people how you were able to implement what was in it. But I cut myself off to speak on that because I know what it's like firsthand to go spend a ton of money that you didn't have to begin with on something that you were so excited about and you couldn't wait to get and to jump in and learn, and then be able to offer that to other people, and then you get it and your whole world is crushed. And then you almost feel trapped because you feel like you've spent all this money. I felt like, I was like, I've got to sell it. I don't have anything else. I have to sell it. I got to make my money back. Like, got into money I wasn't supposed to touch so that I could buy this. And now I'm so disappointed in it. Well, I couldn't sell it. I did sell it, but not like... I don't anymore. And I do have people that will reach out to me and ask me for it specifically. And when that happens, I don't just say, okay, here's the link, there you go. Exactly what I do is say, how much do you know about this? How long have you been watching this? Or do you know, can you tell me what it is that you're looking for? Like, what goals do you have? What are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to learn? I ask the questions. And then, because I don't just like start trashing a program or a product or anything like that. That's not what I do. I just ask the questions to find out what they're trying to learn. And then I give them facts and information that was my experience. And then I'll suggest something else that might be a better fit for them. And some people have bought it anyway. You're just like, nope, I've had my eyes set on this for a long time. This is what I want. I'm good. Okay. I just wanted you to be aware that my experience was da 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 da. And I mean, but everybody's different, you know, but just, I can't tell you how much it changed my sales when I started talking about something that I loved. When I started sharing something that was really, really, really good and that had just so much value in it and that had taught me things that I didn't know before and stuff like that, people connected with that energy. They knew that what I was saying was for real, that I was super hype about it for a reason. And so that's what I mean. You really just want to be aligned. You want to be so aligned with what you have, and you want to have standards around the products that you offer. You want people to feel good about what they're buying from you. Okay, so another thing that I had said was, I think I mentioned this already. Sorry for the long post because no one reads this anyway. Don't do that. So I just put like what they're implying is basically no, they want to be seen is what they're implying. This signals low confidence. It signals that they're, agitated. They're not feeling good about what's going on with their business. And it's not something that is going to draw people to you in a positive way. So, anyway, a better way to say something to get people to read instead of trying to create a negative feeling for someone to feel sorry for you and then read your post, which, a lot of times most people won't. They'll just keep scrolling. You want to say something like, this post is gold. You are not going to believe what I'm about to, give you guys in this post. You're going to want to read it till the end. I mean, and if you're telling the truth and you're really putting out some great information, then why not have a hook like that? And when people read that and they feel that energy and they sense that you're super excited about what you're about to share, that positive energy is what you want. Somebody that's already in their headspace that believes you've just dropped some major good stuff. They're going to go check it out. So they're already expecting that. And when they're reading it, their brain is more than likely going to perceive it in the way that you present it. So don't present your stuff in a negative light is what I'm getting at. Present your stuff in a positive light. But in order to do that, you have to feel positive about it. So that's just, that's a lot without going into all the details. Everybody gets the drift that I'm trying to throw, but let's just try to stay away from those posts that attract negativity. And let me pull up comments because I still haven't done that. I wanted to jump on Black Friday really quick. Black Friday is so important, you guys, and I just really hope that if you haven't gotten that guide, you grab it and get busy, because even if you just started a couple of months ago or a couple of weeks ago, if you have offers in your store that you can bundle and create things, I would not miss Black Friday for nothing. I didn't do anything my first few Black Fridays. I sat back and watched everyone else do incredible, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. So I didn't do anything. I just froze and wished that I could have done that. So it wasn't last year. It was the year before that I finally was like, okay, I got to get on this Black Friday stuff. And I did. And then last year, it was a lot of stuff going on with my son, so I didn't get to, but I did start planning and start creating some stuff, and I did make sales, up until the weekend of the 5-day sale that I did not participate in. I say with full confidence that had I followed through with everything that I put in that guide, I would have had a really, really good Black Friday last year. But it is what it is. And another thing I just wanted to mention really, really quick before I bring the Black Friday thing up is people ask me all the time, am I confusing my audience because I've got this course, that course, this course, that course, and this guide and that guide. So, okay, when I think, and please chime in and tell me how y'all feel about this, because I kind of, would love to know where everyone else is at and their thoughts with this. When I see people doing too much and confusing their audience, to me, that's when you do hair, you clean houses, you drive and deliver people's groceries, you're tap dancing at the place on the weekends, on Friday nights, you do a show. I mean, when you can absolutely have multiple businesses and be successful in all of them. But my people in my mom group, where I have digital products for, things related to autism and things related to gut health and things like that, they don't have a clue that I am over here doing this. Because my son's journey and my journey, with neurodivergence and all of that is such a big part of my story, most of the people that know me in this space do know some personal things about me, but they don't know. Y'all in this space don't know that I'm creating things for moms in a mom group. I don't mix those things. Now, for example, let's say I met a customer today and she bought a digital product from me that had something to do with, email marketing. And then a few weeks or a few months later down the road, then she finds out in conversation as we're building a relationship, whatever, that I also make some things for my moms in my mom group. Well, then, that's okay, because it just, that's not going to confuse her. But a confused mind does not purchase. If you have too much going on your link tree or your beacons or your stands, some people will just X out and just be done. And I don't mean maybe because, you've got freebies and courses. And if you've got too much going on that does not go together, that doesn't make sense together, that you can't bridge together, separate it and have a completely different link tree that's for that particular thing that you do. Only put things together that makes sense together. Like everything that it goes into your digital product business should be your digital product business. Your groups, your whatever it is that is complementing the next thing, keep that together. Like I'm not, going to be putting this just certain things that, from that other group. I'm not going to be putting that on the page that I do for this, because that's going to be, people are going to get thrown off. To me, that is confusing your audience, not because you bought 3 different courses and you've got, 5 different PDFs. As long as they're all about the same, they're serving the same audience, they're created for your niche, they're helping people solve a problem, and it's what your people want to hear you speak about, to me, that's okay. But yeah, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about that. If I can pull it up. I still haven't pulled up the live because something pops in my head and I set my phone down and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, here it is. Hey. Oh, yes, Kiana, definitely. You can tell for sure. Okay, so, yeah, and that's, I see it a lot. And, when you're in chats with people and, you hear different things and you'll see people talking about a product but you already knew because you had seen their content and you saw how they delivered it, how they presented it. And you could tell that there was just something there that even though they're content's good and they're presenting it correctly, you can still tell the emotion is not there for the love of that product. And we, we're human. We're connected emotionally. Like, we get attached emotionally. There's always an emotion behind why we buy. By who we choose to engage with. There's always some type of emotion that sparks that connection. There's emotions involved in trust. So yeah, you just gotta love it. You gotta love it and let people know that you love it and allow them to see the love that you have for your offer working in your business. And let them see how the people that you've sold your offer to, how it's helping them in their business. And that's, that positivity will draw people in for sure. But yeah, you guys, like, doing all the things, start your week off with positivity no matter what. I mean, you have to be the director of, not the main character. You need to be the director of your life and of your business. And you need to be starting off the morning saying, this is going to be a great day. This is going to be amazing. I'm going to go out. I'm going to help people. I'm going to serve people. I'm going to solve their problems. And this is going to be amazing. And speak that over your business every single day. And y'all, I used to scribe. I haven't done it in a long time. It's been a couple months. I don't even understand all of this. I really don't. I'm in the process of trying to learn about all of it. I want to have a very clear understanding of all of this, but I know, like, it has something to do with even the Bible talks about the power of the tongue. I mean, Jesus, he spoke the earth into existence. That, and we are created in his image. So our speech definitely has power, and we have authority in our speech, like the things that we speak about over our children and over our businesses and over things that belong to us. We do have authority in the things that we speak about them. So I was writing at night a few months back, and I would put, and I do this in the morning, that I'm so happy and grateful. It's part of my miracle morning. But I'll put, I'm so happy and grateful for, and I do my gratitude list. But then at the end of my gratitude list is when I would be so happy and grateful for the things that have not happened yet. I would put, I'm so happy and grateful for the $900 sale that I'm going to make tomorrow. I'm so happy and grateful for, the bank account deposit of whatever. And it's so wild to me. But on the nights that I did that, the next day, my sales, literally, there was one day that I had one less sale than what I had written on that paper. The rest of the days, I got the exact amount that I had written on that paper. And that still blows my mind. But the reason why I started doing that is because 6 or 7, probably about 6-7 years now, I had an extra check, like, because I have a checking account, and when you open it, they give you like 3 little checks or whatever, until your checks come in. And I had one of those. It was the last one of that. I wrote myself a check for $20,000 just because I had heard someone say they did it, and I was like, just what's it gonna hurt? Let me go ahead and try this. So I wrote myself a check for 20 grand. 1 year to the day that I wrote that check. Wait a minute. That wasn't 6 or 7 years ago. That was the year that I got pregnant. That was 3 years ago. Okay, all right. So it was 3 years ago that I wrote that check. In 1 year, no, 4 years, because 1 year to the date after writing it, I got a check for $20,000 and was able to deposit that into my account. It took a year and I wasn't actively doing anything. I wasn't actively creating a way to get this $20,000. And I still got a check for exactly $20,000 that I was able to put in my account, which then made the check in my wallet worth something, which is crazy to me. But just imagine if I had written a check for $20,000 or $100,000 and then actually started implementing the lifestyle and became the person that I needed to be to earn that kind of money. And I started, doing the things that a person that gets paid like that would be doing every day. I can't even imagine, how powerful that could have ended up being if I would have known what I was actually, doing. I'm learning so much about it now, and I'm so intrigued by it, and I see it working for people in their lives every day. They're manifesting, clients in their business. They're manifesting, a house and estate they've always wanted to live in, or, certain career shifts and speaking opportunities and things like that. And, my only thing with this is that I am a Christian, and I believe that all of my blessings and everything that has been given to me and the talents that I have that have, allowed me to be able to earn this type of money is all given to me through God. I do not believe that, it's coming from the universe or, anything like that. It's coming from the creator of everything that created me. So, I'm not like your typical, I guess, manifester that's, asking source or the universe, whatever. I go to prayer. I go in prayer to God about it. And that's how I manifest. But you still have to live and do as if, because that's the faith. That's the faith. You ask for, God to give you something that you want, but faith without works is dead. So you still have to take those steps and you still have to do the work, but he will deliver the blessings. And it's just, it's amazing to me, like how it all works. But this is where I struggle, is I know that everything's energy. And I do want to have a better understanding of your subconscious mind. And because, there's somebody I know that I love dearly so much. And she must say this, as long as I've known her, she must say this 10 times a day. I'm so broke. I can't afford that. Anything that I have suggested to her, and I don't mean business-wise, we're friends. But let's say, she loves a dress. And I'll be like, oh, yes. Or you should go because they have this sale at this place. And they go, oh, I can't afford that. Nope, can't do it. Anytime I've suggested maybe us going out on a Friday night to, have dinner, oh, I can't afford that. She has spoke that over herself so much for so long, for so many years, that she believes that. And her brain doesn't know the difference. She has conditioned herself and created her reality to be broke because she handles everything from a scarcity mindset. And you guys, that is not biblical. We want to be having a mindset of abundance. I mean, we know that God can provide everything we need and more. We know that he can create miracles out of dust. We know that, he can create a woman out of the rib of a man. He can split seas. We know this. So the faith of a mustard seed could do so much in our lives if we just really, really, really believe and trust, and we have that faith and we do the work. So down here in your business, and this wonderful opportunity that you have with your computer and your cell phone and the education and the knowledge that so many of these wonderful women are giving you every single day, utilize this and start, create your business plan, create your goals, and start writing out the things that you want, that you're so happy and grateful for. and trust that those things are already yours and that you will receive them and that it's done. And just believe it and keep going. I promise you, the people at the hospital thought I was crazy when I told them that my son was going to be fine. Crazy, like delulu. And you hear them say, I had to be delusional. Yeah, to an extent. Yeah, and that's okay because it's the right kind of, it's really just you're stepping out into faith. You're believing. And you need to believe that. And I don't care if you're not making any money or if you haven't made money in weeks. You need to get up every day and run your business like you've got a $10,000 a day business that is depending on you to show up and serve people. That is the only way to keep yourself in momentum and to do the actions that is going to create that type of revenue. So I'm going to close with that. I didn't even get into my Black Friday checklist. I didn't mean to talk about that for so long. You guys, my Black Friday checklist is already done. It's ready. Most of you have it. If you don't, the link is everywhere. I'll post it again under this live. I'll post it in the comments. You guys, that Black Friday book, it's not, 100 pages of long, drawn out, boring content. It is very short, to the point, no fluff, actionable steps that you can take right now to set yourself up for success for Black Friday. And I hope that all of you are, able to get it before the free ones run out. I set the first 50 to be free. And then after that, it goes up to $5, for now. But, I wrote it myself. It's mine. I've got mastering threads. That's something I did myself. I've got a few guides that I've written, myself now that are not from PLR or MRR. And I'm really, really liking creating my own stuff. I have so much really cool stuff coming out that I'm super excited about. But so yeah, that's it. And I'm out of here. If you guys have any questions about anything I said, or if I'm so bad about starting to speak on something and changing directions like mid-thought and not even finishing like the close of what I originally meant to tell you. So if there was like some stuff through here, like she didn't never finish, whatever, message me. I'll answer it for you. I'm sorry. My brain is just like mush sometimes. But yeah, all right, you guys, I'm out. Have a good night and believe that this week is going to be amazing and that Monday is let Monday be your favorite day of the week because it really is awesome. All right, bye, you guys.